Good morning, friends. Look down here. It's Mrs. Slaughter. Happy Thursday. Today I wanted to do a little lesson with you for a morning message because I noticed yesterday when you were doing your naming your 3D shapes in the pictures, you had some trouble. So first I just want to start by showing you some shapes that I have here. So this one, most of you knew. This is a 3D shape because it's not flat. It's not flat like a pancake. So this is not a circle. This we call a sphere. And I like to say some kids want to call it a spear, like a long stick with a arrow at the end, like you would spear a fish. It's not a spear, it's a sphere. Sphere, that's how you say that. Balls are spears. Our earth is a sphere. Okay, those are spheres. Next, a lot of you did great with this shape. This shape we call a cone. A cone has one flat surface and it has these points we call vertices. So it has one vertex and one flat edge. You might see cones as party hats. You might see cones in an ice cream cone, maybe a unicorn horn. Those are all different ways you might see a cone in real life. Okay, cone. Next, you guys knew pretty well, this shape here is called a cylinder. Cylinder has two flat faces, one on the top, one on the bottom. This curved surface in the middle. Cylinders can be small and fat like this, or look at this cylinder. This cylinder is tall and skinny. Both of them are cylinders. In real life, you might see a cylinder like a water bottle or a Coke can. Those are cylinders in real life, okay? And then where there was some confusion and getting mixed up was a cube and a rectangular prism. So cubes have 6 faces. Okay, faces are those flat sides. And then they have these right here are called edges. There's 12 edges along the whole shape, okay? And then remember the points, those are called vertices. There's 8 vertices on a cube. Here's the confusing part. A rectangular prism has the same attributes. They have 6 faces, 6 flat sides. They have 12 edges, and they have 8 vertices, these points. The difference between a rectangular prism and a cube is that on a cube, every face is the same length and height, right? This is a square, this is a square, this is a square. None are long and short. They're all the same size. That's what makes this a cube. In real life, you might see a cube as a box. If your mom and dad buy from Amazon like Miss Slaughter does, you might get a cube coming in the mail with stuff inside. Or in school, we roll a dice. A dice is a cube shape, okay? Now, rectangular prism, these look very different. But look, this rectangular prism looks similar to the cube. But you know how you can tell the difference? Look, these sides are not all the same. This one is long at the top and then short, and then long at the bottom and short. This one here, long, short, long, short. The flat side is a rectangle, so we call this a rectangular prism. This flat side is a square, and we call it a cube. Look here. This one is hard to tell, but if you look closely, there is a long, short, long, short. So this is a rectangle, so we'll call it a rectangular prism. Now what I want to do is go over the questions that some of you missed yesterday. We had a lot of you missed the same questions. So if you now look at the screen right here, it says, what shapes are the wheels? So a lot of you missed this. Look at the wheels right here. There's a flat surface here, and then there's a curved edge, and then on the back of the wheel, it's flat because it's resting against that. So that is one of these, a cylinder. The wheels are cylinder shaped, flat, flat, round surface. The wheels are cylinders. Okay, a lot of you missed that question yesterday. Let's look at the next one. What is the name of this shape? Okay, a lot of you said that this was a cube. But you know how I know it's not a cube? Look at these edges here. Long, short, long, short. That's a rectangle on the front. So this has to be a rectangular prism, not a cube. If it was a cube, all sides would be the same length. Okay. Next question was you were looking at this ice cream. And the question said, what shapes make up this ice cream? And a lot of you said a cone. You got the cone. But then you said there was circles on top. Well, circles are flat. Look at up here. These are not flat shapes. Those look like balls of ice cream, like this. So what makes up the ice cream? It's a cone and a bunch of spheres. Cones and spheres, not cones and circles. Okay. The next question said, what shapes are in this picture? Now, a lot of you said that there was squares in this picture, but look carefully. These are not squares because squares are flat like a pancake. And I can tell this is a 3D shape. So a 3D shape of a square is called a cube. Okay? It's only showing part of the cube. But this is a cube, this is a cube, and this is a cube. And then this right here is a rectangular prism. And I know it because I see a rectangle here, long, short, and it's a 3D shape. So we call that a rectangular prism, not just a rectangle because it's not flat like a pancake. Now we haven't learned about this shape, or this shape. So we were only looking for cubes and rectangular prisms, but a lot of you clicked the answer that said there was squares in there. But there are no squares in this picture because it's a 3D picture. And the last one, there was a globe. And it asked, what's the name of this shape? A lot of you said it was a circle, but circles are flat like a pancake. Think about the globe in Miss Slaughter's classroom that we had up near the flag. That was the shape of a ball. And what do we call the shape of a ball? We call it a sphere. Sphere. So hopefully that helps you, friends, with some names of your 3D shapes. I know it's a little tricky and I know it's hard because we're not actually in the classroom working on it. So hopefully this will help you with your 3D shapes. Hope you have a great day of online learning. I love all of you and miss you so much. If you need more help with 3D shapes, you let Miss Slaughter know and we can conference about them. Bye, friends.